only begotten Son, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, come back and deliver the elect of our people out of this last captivity. First and foremost, want to give all praise and glory and honor
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'chakadash.
The belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you brothers out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity around the globe. All right? So let me start with that. Read that out.
This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
This is speaking to you Israelites, man. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You that descend from the nation of Israel. Okay? This place is not your rest. This kingdom is not your rest. Go ahead.
It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
How is it polluted? It's polluted with wickedness. It's also polluted with blood. All right, give me that. Okay? And the land can't rest if that blood is not just. The justice have not been given for that blood. You see what I'm saying? Let's get that. Bring it on up.
Numbers 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land.
So one of the ways that the land is polluted is by blood. Okay? And all the innocent blood of the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that have been shed has to be answered for. It hasn't been answered for yet. Okay? And how has it has to be answered for? Not by writing no goddamn reparation check. All right? It has to be done by actually giving yourselves up to us in slavery. That's what the Bible prescribes. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
So that same blood, the same person that shed that blood, his blood has to be spilled.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? And a lot of them, they went down into their grave, they didn't get no judgment. Right? But guess what? The Lord said what? He's going to get their children, because there's something called reincarnation in the Bible. All right? So at the end of the day, this place is polluted. And you Israelites, you're looking to get rest in a place that has to be destroyed. It has to be destroyed, and it will be destroyed. Give me a 2 Peter 3:13.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13.
That's why all these things are happening now in the earth. The earth is attacking you. That's right. Don't you know there's going to be a point where the animals are going to attack you? The scriptures say the earth shall rise up against them. Go ahead and read that. Keep going.
2 Peter 3 and 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
That doesn't mean the whole earth is going to be destroyed. That means there's going to be a transfer of rulership. Okay, that's all that means. And through that transfer of rulership, the earth is going to be renewed. You look at that word new in the Greek is kainos, which means renewed. Like how you have the new moon. The new moon is not an actual new moon. It's a renewed moon. It's a renewed cycle. It's going to be a renewed cycle in the earth, man. Simple as that.
Ecclesiastes 10 verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
And this is all Esau is about. This is all the so-called white man has done since he got into power. Okay? Was what? Unrighteousness. All right? Riches got by deceit. Right? Go ahead.
It says the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
So guess what? This kingdom is going to be translated from them to us. From the Edomite nation to the Israelite nation. Okay? Go ahead.
Now this is 2 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down.
So this has to be turned upside down. This wickedness that was sown, this kingdom that was sown, has to be turned completely upside down, taken out of the way. Go ahead.
And if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
Right, so in order for the good to come, the kingdom, right, this place has to be completely wiped out. All right, they can't be together. All right? That's it.
And hence the kindness. Hence kindness, the refreshment. Everything has to be put back in order.
Right, which Yahushua said that, give me Revelations 21. He said he make all things new. Okay? And he refreshes all things. Everything's going to be refreshed. You come into power and Yahushua.
This is our Revelation 21 and verse 5. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new.
So it's going to be refreshes all things. Everything's going to be refreshed. Okay? Not going to be no more pollution. We're going to get rid of all that. Okay? See the confusion, we're going to get rid of all that. Okay? Instead of over one that is powerful. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
Right, so it's going to come to pass. Read up.
This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Right. And that one that is profitable is Yahweh.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 8 and 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, which fear before him.
Isaiah 14 and 5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
Right, so he's going to break the staff represents their power. He's going to break their power. Okay, him himself. Go ahead, through his son Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindered. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
So once he's taken down, that's when the earth is going to rest. So that, going back to the point where this is not your rest. Okay? You can't rest under this the rulership of Esau. It's not possible. He wasn't set up to bring peace on the earth. Give me that. Give me get peace from the earth. Got it already? Bring that out.
It's at Revelation 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
And that was Esau's power. So you're not going to get rest while Esau's in power. He has to be taken out first. Okay, that which is sown has to be turned upside down. Has to be taken, passed away completely. How is that going to happen? Through Yahweh. Okay? Through the nuclear destruction and Yahweh.
It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Right. Okay, he has the power. Esau has the power of weaponry. Okay, that's what Esau's blessing is. His gift is the power to create weaponry. Okay, instruments of war, instruments of kill. Which shows you he has the same spirit of Cain, because Cain's name means weapon. Right? It means a weapon or a dagger. Okay?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 7, chapter 27, and verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live.
And that's how Esau has been living since he got into power. It's by the weapons, by his sword, his weapons, his war. Okay?
And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, and thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Right. This is how Esau always been living. Okay? That was in his nature. Okay? To be about the sword. Okay?
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, and verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
And what is hunting consist of? Using a weapon to kill. Okay, so that's what Esau was doing. Alright? Esau was doing that because that was in his nature. Even now they do that for fun. Right? Around the world, majority of people, they do those things for what? To take Esau was because of the sport, because he just loves to kill. Okay?
Revelation 13 and verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
That's right.
And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
That's how Esau is going to be taken out, is through his own sword, which the Most High put in his mind to create, which is that nuclear missile. Okay, that nuclear missile is going to be the end of Esau. Okay, Yahweh Shai is going to come and finish the job. All right. Isaiah 63. Okay, good. Hold that for a second. Read your precept, Bob.
Proverbs 4 to the point, verse 17. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
Right, because Esau is all about violence. Even when Christopher Columbus came over on this side in his autobiography, he said they were so peaceful and nice to him and kind, but he couldn't stop killing for 1 hour. He couldn't stop killing. What's that about? That's because that violence was in his nature, in his blood. Read that again.
Proverbs 4 and 17.
Listen, we're trying to show you it's a spiritual thing, why they are the way they are. It's not a thing where it's like, yo, they have to learn to be this. No, it's a spiritual thing. It's literally, it's in their spirit. Right.
Proverbs 4 and 17. For they eat the bread of wickedness.
Listen, you can be brought up as perfect as possible. If you're just rotten from the core, you're just rotten. That's it. Everything can't be blamed on the parents. See, there's to a certain degree, it can be to a certain degree. But some things, it's like the kid was just obedient. That's why there's a law in the scriptures about putting a person that's completely unruly to death, straight up. Because he's not going to grow up to do anything good except to cause chaos, man. Go ahead. Well, let's finish that up.
Yeah, go ahead. Proverbs 4 and 17. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
Meaning it's inside. When you eat something, it goes inside you. Okay? It's in them. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered.
That which is crooked, who made it crooked to begin with? The Most High made it. The Most High made the nations how He made the nations. He gave the nations certain characteristics. Okay? Like the Moabite, the so-called Chinese, they have a characteristic. They'll eat any goddamn anything. Doesn't matter if it's what it is. They'll discover it for the first time and they'll put soy sauce on it and eat it. This is a fact. This is in their nature. The Most High made them that way. Guess what? We're gonna have to knock that part of their nature out of them. Okay? You see what I'm saying? And then we can go on for days, man. But Esau, a so-called white man, the Edomites, their nature is violence, man. Okay?
Go ahead. Ecclesiastes 7:13. Consider the work of the Most High. Who can make that straight which He has made crooked?
You cannot make that straight which is crooked. So guess what? Oh, well, what about the so-called white person I know that's a good guy? Well, guess what? He's not an Edomite. He just looks like a so-called white man. You see that's the thing about the spirit. Just because you look a particular way, that doesn't make you an Edomite. That doesn't make you an Israelite. You look a certain way. Okay? You have Edomites that look like us. You got Israelites that look like Edomites. Okay? The Most High did that on purpose.
Yeah.
You see? But if some listen, let me say this. What was I gonna say? All Edomites are wicked, but not all so-called white people are Edomites. Okay? All Edomites are the devil, but not all so-called white people are Edomites. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? Because the Most High created a nation to be His adversary on the earth, to be adversarial to Him. Okay? In His way. Hence the society you have today. This society is based upon blasphemy, complete rebellion against the Most High. And they're going deeper into it. I thought this alphabet month was June, right? Now every bank I go to, they got a flag on it. What's that about? Not only that, they desecrated what was a covenant that the Most High made with the earth, not destroyed it, and they made it to something that's perverse. You understand what I'm saying to you? And they're trying to force you to accept that. So anyways, this is the results of the Edomites in power. Okay?
To add to your point real quick, what proves furthermore that Esau cannot be rehabilitated or made straight is the fact that what? The judgment that he's gonna have is to be exterminated. Right? The rest of the nations, they're gonna get the opportunity to get the teachings from us. But as for Esau, Edom, the only conclusion that it has to happen is for him to be put to death. Right?
You sound like that guy that interview with Obama, right?
The only conclusion is for him to be put to death.
He's smart. Obama's the clown I'm talking about. Obama's the clown. I'm talking about him. He's smart. That guy who said that, he said the only conclusion I can come to, he got exterminated. Yeah, because he was doing calculations, man. He was studying, he was probably in a dark room, beard doing calculations, like, yo, the only thing I can, he backed up, looked at the whiteboard, he's like, yo, it's this the only conclusion. Okay? Go ahead.
Isaiah 26 and 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked.
Even if you show them favor, go ahead.
Yet will he not learn righteousness.
Not going to learn righteousness.
In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly, and he will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
That's the land of Israel. Okay, the land of uprightness is the land of Israel. Okay, guess what? It's not. He's not learning righteousness. He's doing nothing but wickedness in that land. Nothing but evil in that land. Okay? Matter of fact, when they first got in there, they did a huge sacrifice to Baal. Huge sacrifice to Baal, man. And they did a child sacrifice on video. Okay? Good. This is when they got their book. Good.
This is Revelation 9 and verse 20. It says, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk, neither repented they of their murderers, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts.
Right, so when all these things happen in the earth, which is happening now, but when it increases even more, they're still not going to repent because they don't know the Most. You have to know the Most High to repent. They don't know the Most High. The Most High didn't open that part of their mind. Okay? There's no way a heathen could get it, but the Israelites that don't have it by that time, they're not going to get it. Okay? They're not going to know how to avoid that. They're going to think, yeah, I messed up, but they're not going to have the understanding to serve the Most High. Okay? They're just going to accept that judgment. What you got? Which I had Jake in the world tell me that, man. You know, he say, I know, I'm just going to accept my judgment. He says that now. But wait till you feel that judgment. You're not going to want to accept it. You're not going to want to accept it. Okay?
That shows a lack of understanding. It says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. You say, I'm not even going to try. I'll just give up. I'm going to accept my judgment. That's crazy. But then you don't know that the Lord can torment you, can make you suffer, man.
I heard that a lot too.
Like even the fact that He doesn't even have to attack you, He can attack your loved ones.
Yeah.
You know, the things that you carry, He can attack you, man.
Yeah.
You know? If you just accept your judgment.
Yeah.
And it's pride too. It's
Right.
pride too. It's a whole lot of pride. Because you just don't know the Most High. You don't know the Most High. You really don't believe in the Most High. You know? Like you kind of, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
You really don't know. See, we persuade men to tell the Most High.
That's basically him saying, you know, he's desiring the day of the Lord. You know, which scriptures speak about woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. Because what comes on the day of the Lord? Before the Lord comes, a judgment has to be, has to happen. Man. Plagues have to happen. You know, in 2nd Esdras, it speaks about the birth pains. So you saying, yeah, I'm ready for my judgment, I'm ready to face the Lord. You don't know what you're saying, man. You know? It tells you mighty men are going to cry like women, man. So hey, we'll see when that day comes if you still have that same energy for you people, you know? That's in that mindset.
Well, you're already in 2nd Esdras 16, right?
Okay.
Not that Amos? Look, you got
Amos 5. Amos 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met
I
him.
mean, you're leaving from one deadly situation, you're going to another. That's how it's going to be. When all hell breaks loose, right? They're going to be looking for ways to escape, and it's going to be something worse. Like you might go into a house, a bunch of cannibals in it, right? You might go outside, or a pack of wolves out. Okay? The Most High has things set up for this great judgment that's coming, man. All right? And they think, the things that are going to happen, it's going to only happen in like this jungle. No, things are going to happen out here. The first world country is going to be the worst. Okay? Good.
This is Isaiah 66 and 4. I also will choose their delusions, and I will bring their fears upon them.
And the Most High knows your fears.
That's right.
Right? If you're afraid of snakes, guess what? The Most High is going to get you to get bit up by snakes. All right? Have you in a room locked in with a bunch of stuff, big ass anaconda. The Most High controls all of these things, man. He's the one that controls death, man. If we have issues with death, see, they don't understand that the Most High controls it. They think they can, if I just put on my seatbelt, don't you know you can do everything right and still end up in a wreck? I kept thinking about that last week. All right, you can do everything right. You know, put on the seatbelt. You know, do everything right, right? Make sure you check every turn. This be a drunk person that's driving down the street. Just go through all the red lights. Sideswipe. You're dead. Okay. So the Most High controls that. You don't control anything. You can eat as well as you possibly can. Drop dead of the disease. I eat organic, this and that. You still drop dead from a disease. See? Matter of fact, get me the account with that king. That king that did praise the Most High. Go ahead.
This is the book of real quick. Proverbs 14 and 12.
You know what I'm talking about? I know he knows something. Okay, let's go ahead.
Proverbs 14 and 12, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
Right, so they think they're doing the right thing, but the end thereof is death. They're going to end up convicted death. Why? Because the Most High is going to have a hit on them. Okay? The Most High has a hit on everyone that's not doing his will. See what I'm saying? And who are the hitmen? The angels.
And
I don't think we know. It's one of the. It wasn't the righteous king. Hezekiah, he got sick and he was healed.
and may I say, man, even those that do his will gonna be put to death too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but it's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. It's not a hit.
It's not
You know what
a
I'm
hit.
saying? It's not a hit like that. You know what I'm trying to say? A hit
Yeah.
is like someone you have something against. You know what I'm
Okay,
trying to say?
okay. That's
This
what-
is gonna be. They're gonna. You say casualties of war.
Yeah, casualties. Yeah.
Casualties of war
Yeah.
that the Most High is gonna avenge.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
So real quick, that's why you have something, like when you hear the news sometimes, you have like a stray bullet, you know, it hits somebody or even now they died, you know, oh my God, what did this happen? You know, it's because what? Yahweh Shimon Shai wanted that person to die. You know, that day, they probably have to in their mind to do this, you know, go to the store, get some food or whatever, but not knowing that, hey, their life was required that day, proving that what? The issues of death belong to the Lord, you know?
Okay.
I got something pertaining to the hitman, the angels. Ezekiel 9.
Okay, go ahead.
Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man that sighed and that cried for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, so the Most High is gonna have a particular special mark on the men of the Lord. Okay? That's gonna be a mark of exemption. You understand? So, and who's to know if the men of the Lord are even gonna feel pain? You see, the hitmen are not just there just to kill them and that's it. The hitmen are there to torture their ass too. Sitting them on a chair, waterboard them. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, it's gonna be a lot of torment. Okay? But the men of the Lord are not gonna be going through that. Okay? We're gonna be stable in the mind. As the scriptures say. Go ahead.
And to the others, he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Right, so that's it, all right? So there's going to be hits out of individuals. But some of these people, as it says in even, what's that, Revelation 9, there was a time when people were, so that's when we went to World War I, where people desired to die and they couldn't. So the angels was getting them already, you understand what I'm saying? But you're just giving them a slow kill. That's a lot of these people are going to get them a slow kill. You know? That's all. There's more?
I got something else.
There's something else?
Matthew 10 and 29. And are not two sparrows sold for a farthing? Farthing. And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father.
Right.
So again, the Lord is in control. You know? Of who dies and who stays alive. The issues of death are in the hands of the Lord.
Right. He's not giving you more than you can bear. He's not going to not give the men of the Lord the Spirit. He's going to give them the Spirit. All right? To withstand whatever comes to them. These people are not going to have the Spirit. You know, they're just going to have to take it.
And a good example of that spirit are the brothers in Maccabees and Eliezer. You know, they endured the torments. You know, even one, Nafash likes that example, that one brother that pulled out his arm, he said, I know not from whence I got him, but I know that the Lord can give him back to me. So do what you have to do, you know?
That's it. That's it. He was ready to die for that. Same thing with Eliezer. All right? Because what? Those were men of the Lord. Men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. So you put the Spirit on them to do that. You know? What you got? Okay, that's it. Hold on. Did you read yours? Read yours.
This is Matthew 10 and verse 28. It says, And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that you're going to go somewhere underground and burn forever. That means the body that you're in. Okay, give me that place of judgment. This is the place where you get judged. See, Esau's not going to go up into he's not going to burn forever. All right? He's going to be under us in slavery. That's it. That's it. And we're going to do what we want with him. The Most High said, what? We're going to meditate terror. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 16. It says, and
And
moreover,
that shows you the Most High is extremely merciful. I don't know what these guys are talking about. Because even Esau's going to get mercy because he's not going to have to go through that forever. He's not going to have to go because after a while, we're just going to gather them up and they're just going to be exterminated. Go ahead.
And again, the foolishness of this is like your spirit is already fire. You know, they say you put your body in fire, you know?
Right.
It's gonna burn forever. It's like, make it make sense, you know?
They don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't understand. Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
this is Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 16. It says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Right, the place of judgment under the sun is where? The earth. Okay, that's where you get judged. Get your judgment up in the heavens. What the Most High says, such and such, this is going to happen, whatever, and then you come down to the earth and you don't remember what he said.
That's right.
You know, you don't remember what the judgment is, but you're going to live that out on earth. Yeah.
This is
That's something else, Dutch? Go ahead.
Luke 14, Luke 24, verse 38, just proving that a spirit can't be tormented. It says, and he said unto them, why are ye troubled? And why do your thoughts arise in your hearts? Behold my hands and my feet, that is I myself. Handle me and see, for a spirit hath not flesh and bones as ye see me have.
Perfect. There we go. And what makes you feel pain? Flesh. Well, right. Specifically, right. Nervous system. Right? The nervous is what makes you feel pain. Right? That's why if you're nervous, let's say it's cut or something, you can't move, you can't do nothing with it. Right? Your legs won't work, right? Your nerves are not working properly. You're like basically deactivated. You know, you'll be a paraplegic. You could stab the guy in his leg, don't feel it. You understand? So the angels don't have a nervous system. They don't feel pain. Right? They don't feel emotions. That's why when the Lord said you don't have your pity, they don't have pity anyway. You understand what I'm saying? What is it? They don't, when the angel was going to go take out the Israelites, the Most High himself was going to pull them back. Because they don't see, in the heavens, you don't see death how it's seen on the earth. Okay? You know, it's a different perspective because you're already up there in the heavens. There's nothing is out there, you're just coming up here with me. And that's what Samuel told Saul. He said, first of all, you're going to be here with me tomorrow. He wasn't up there mourning and crying, oh my goodness, Lord, God. He's like, you're going to be right here with me. You're going to be lower, but you're going to be with me. All right? So that's just what it is. Okay? So the angels don't have pity on that. Go on. Go ahead.
This is 1 Chronicles 21 and 14. So the Lord sent pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And the Most High sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying, the Lord beheld, and he repented him of the evil.
Right, meaning the Lord pulled him back. All right? Because he was getting into it. He was getting passionate about it. And he didn't care if it was a child, he didn't care if it was a woman, he didn't care if the person had no legs, if they were blind. He was just killing whoever the Most High issued him to kill. Go ahead.
And said to the angel that destroyed, it is enough.
And these same angels are going to be put out there, man. Okay? To put these people to death in these different ways, man. See, right now they can go to work, they can go get a latte, and it's all good. But when everything stops, right? The next event or whatever, okay, whenever the Most High puts it out, okay, all hell is going to break loose now. They're not going to have a cover. What?
And said to the angel that destroyed, it is enough. Stay now thy hand. And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Oran the Jebusite.
That's it.
Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance,
That's right.
which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made
So
them.
there's certain spirits that are created for the purpose of vengeance, for the purpose of judgment. Okay? So that's in their spirit. Right? If you're created to do something, that's what you do. And you're passionate about what you do. So them angels, they get passionate about putting people to death and bringing them. You know?
Just as it says, it appeased the wrath of him that made them. You know, so in the sense that's pleasurable for them to go all out for the Lord. You know?
Well, when it says appease the wrath of him that made him, that's speaking about the Most High himself. He's appeased. The only way for him to have been appeased with Sodom and Gomorrah is for him to be destroyed. The only way he's going to be appeased with this kingdom and this America is by destroying the people. Okay? That's why he said it's a sacrifice. What is a sacrifice to do? It's to basically ground those to the Most High. Okay?
The sacrifice is to make holy. You know? The word is about to make holy.
Real quick.
Which appeases the Heavenly Father's wrath, right? Because if you don't give that sacrifice, right? And guess what? I'm trying to think of an example, man. As an example, I can think of two where they had to, man. There's many examples now where they had to give up the sacrifice in order to appease the wrath of the Most High. You know, it's not coming to me right now, but.
I wanted to add real quick because when the angels basically do the judgment of the Lord, it pleases them because scriptures speak about how that the eyes of the Lord are too pure to behold evil or wickedness. So when a wicked society, catches judgment, like the brother said, Sodom and Gomorrah and other and so forth, it pleased the Lord. Because what? His eyes are too pure to behold wickedness. So when the angels brought out, a wicked man to death, it's like, it's a good thing in the eyes of the Lord, man. Because that's one less wicked thing to worry about,
Just to finish up, verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon the earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word.
They're going to rejoice when they do his will. Okay? So that's what when you see when these people see those so-called UFOs, they're not little green men with big heads that they're showing you in Mexico. That's bullshit. That's nothing but bullshit. And the really simple are going to believe that shit. That looks like they took clay and they just put it together. Oh, see, these are aliens. No. The people that are, the beings that are in those ships, the real ones, not the fake ones that they put out there, the real ones are angels. Okay? Those angels look like so-called black men. They got white, they got woolly hair. Okay, they have dark skin. They look like so-called black men, right? Those are what's in those ships. They have spiritual powers. It's not no goddamn green. See, they're using that. Everything they put in news, it needs to benefit their narrative, whatever narrative they're gonna paint. So you knew already when they started bringing that UFO thing in, like going years back, that they were gonna bring something with it. And this is that garbage that they're bringing with it, man. Little great, and it's so funny. They look just like ET, right? So they already knew they look like ET. Oh, fucking great.
But
go ahead.
they do that to prepare for their Project Bluebeam, right?
Right.
Like the narrative, to control the narrative.
They're gonna use it for some form of deception, right? We already know that. What you got, bro?
This is 1 Kings 22, verse 19. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his
But
throne.
that's to show you can't trust them anyway. Show you can't trust the government anyway, because why did they hold that from you for so long? Right? You got people thinking they were crazy, right? Speaking about aliens, right? Now, we found aliens and we had it here for the longest time. You see? But then we tell them something about them. Oh no. That's okay. Right? But that's all false. That's all bullshit. Okay? So you go green men from Mars now. Right? Those are the angels that are coming to take this place down. Right? Matter of fact, let's get some scriptures on the angels now. Alright? It's the thousands of heavens. You get that one. Okay? See, but that's why the scriptures say the simple believe every word. Go ahead.
This is Psalm.
You got it? Okay, go read it out.
This is Psalms 103 and verse 20. It says, "Bless the Lord, ye his angels, that excel in strength."
So the angels are mighty. Okay, they're not little frail looking beings with big heads. Come on, man. They're mighty. The angels are mighty. Go ahead.
It says that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. It says, bless ye the Lord, all ye his hosts, bless his ministers that do his pleasure.
Right. That's it. Okay, and they're the ones that are controlling those vehicles they call so-called UFOs. Right? And it's funny, the elites, they know that. But they're trying to come up with their own deception. You know, they're going to use these different narratives for their own purpose.
Well, it's Jude 1:14, and Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of thee, saying, behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have
So
ungodly.
the angel is coming with, the Lord is coming with tens of thousands of angels. And all he needs, he just can do it by himself. He's just bringing the angels for fun, for show.
What?
And guess what? Those vehicles that they're in, they don't crash, man. They don't crash. Oh, this one crashed, that one, that's bullshit. Okay? And they're supposed to be so advanced, how they crashing all over the place, man. Okay?
Execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all
So
their
them angels
ungodly.
are coming back to take down this kingdom. They're coming back to take down this kingdom, to take down the so-called white man, the Edomite. All right, and set up the Israelites in Esau's stead.
That's right, that's
Okay,
right.
that's why he's coming, and he's coming with the angels, man. That are going to be in those so-called UFOs, like they call them, man.
That's right, that's
And
right.
they don't crash. You can't shoot them down. All right, they're unaffected by your bullets or your missiles or anything. What are we talking about? These are spiritual. This is spiritual vehicle, man.
Wow,
Hell, the Most High made you and gave you your understanding that you have.
wow.
And you think you can outsmart him? Tell me that my ways are higher than your ways. See, that's the pride of these devils, man. They're full of pride. Go ahead. Read that.
This is the book of Isaiah 55 and verse 8. It says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts,
Right.
neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways.
So you don't think his technology is higher than you damn Edomites? He gave you the technology. He gave you the understanding of it. Okay? What are you talking about, man? Right? His technology is way more, man. As they said, one of these people said, I don't know if it was like an army man or whatever, he said that the technology that the UFOs have is 1,000 years more advanced. Guess what? It's more than 1,000 years more
Yeah,
advanced.
it's more.
It's infinitely more advanced.
That's right, that's right.
And they say, so like real quick, and they say just the fact that the vehicles of the Lord, they could shrink and become bigger. You know, they could take different shapes. You know, just that fact alone proves how that, you know, the vehicles of the Lord are way higher than this mere, you know, you have a car, you have to put gas in there. You know? No, like the brother was saying, like, just to think about it, the fact that an angel would crash on a chariot, man, come on. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
You know?
But he's not thinking, he's not telling them they're angels, he's telling them they're little aliens.
It says, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
That's it. So the Most High is way on a higher level. So for you to think your technology is going to take down Yahweh Shai's technology when it comes back, you're mistaken, man. Esau's not going to stand a chance.
Romans 11:33, oh the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. How unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out.
Right, so yeah, his ways are far past finding out. Esau will never be able to, even if he was here another 5,000 years, he'll never be able to get the technology that Mosai has. He'll never be able to do it, okay? Because he has a limit.
This is the book of Proverbs 25:2. It is the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing.
The glory of the Most High to conceal something. All right, so the Most High concealed many understandings from Esau. But what Esau does is he likes to wing a lot of things, you know? Like you think he knows about what he doesn't know about. Go ahead.
But the honor of kings is to search out a matter. This is Isaiah 31, verse 3. It says, not the Egyptians are men and not God.
and their horses flesh and not spirit.
So who are the modern day Egyptians? The Edomites. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, so I'm going to start at verse 2. So Isaiah 31 and verse 2, it says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity.
Right.
It says, now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. It says, when the Lord shall stretch out his hand,
See, Esau is really he's the lowest of men. Okay? Not only is he not God, he's the lowest of men. You understand? See, the Israelites, really, we're gods on the earth. Okay? But we're in a condition of men right now. And the Lord is going to unlock that, the true God-like condition, when we go into those chariots.
That's right.
See?
That's right.
So guess what? Our technology that compared to what Esau has is going to be way more advanced than what Esau has here.
That's right.
You understand that Esau will never be able to get to that level.
But that's why it says we're gonna come back as hunters, you know. Because now we'll have not only the spiritual bodies, but also the knowledge, the weapon, you know, that the celestial appearance to defeat Esau.
Say that again. What did you say the last part?
The celestial.
No, the whole thing you said.
Oh, I said basically how when we go into the chariots, we're gonna come back as hunters, you know, because now we're not only are we gonna have that spiritual body, we're also gonna have those access to those military weapons. You know?
Well, we ain't gonna be using no gun.
Yeah.
All right. No, hold on. No, we're not gonna be coming out using no gun. We're gonna have whatever weapons we have. It's gonna materialize in the heavens. You see what I'm saying? The scriptures speak about a two-edged sword. All right. But we technically we were not gonna need that. All right.
Good. Read that again. It says Isaiah 31 and verse 1, in verse 3, now the Egyptians are men and not power, and the horse is flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together.
That's it. All right. So there's not gonna be any help for them. All right. But Esau tries to step up to Yahweh Shai, he's gonna completely destroy it. Give me Isaiah 63 and 1. Give me a second Ezra 13. Okay? Because they think, see, the Most High built up their confidence, you know, just to crush it in an instant. That's it. That's what's going to crush it.
May God.
The book of Isaiah 63 and 1, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Right.
Who's
going to come in the greatness of his strength? Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. That's right. He's coming in the greatness of his strength. All right. He's coming with that power, man. Okay. Right.
It says, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Right. So he's coming to save who? The elect. Keep going, bro.
It says, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger.
He's going to come and destroy them. He's going to destroy them in his anger. Right?
And trample them in my fury.
Yep.
And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain on my raiment.
Right. So when the Lord comes back, he's coming to do a lot of killing. He's coming to put a lot of people to death. Okay? He's not coming to plague these people, man. All right? These people are doing nothing but wickedness on the earth. They're not following the ways of the Most High or his son. So what do you think is getting ready to happen? They're going to fall. All right? They're going to be destroyed.
That's right.
See that? So that's on my neck?
Yeah, that's on
Verse 4, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not.
And prevail not. So Michael's going to be what? On the side of the Lord, on the side of Yahweh Shai. Okay? And then Satan and his angel, that's the so-called white man and his army. All right? Guess what? They're going to what? Prevail not. They're not going to win. They're going to lose.
That's right.
See that? It's going to be it's not even going to be close. Go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra 13 and verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that had moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when
He's coming with so much power, it's going to make wind appear, man. All right? It's going to feel like a force field, like there's going to be energy around it. You know, that people are going to feel and see. Go ahead.
I mean, as like even in Goku, how they show when he's landing, you know, all that aura just vibrates the earth and rocks just start lifting, you know? That's the same thing. It says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice.
All they burned that heard his voice. Okay? Go ahead. So, go ahead, keep going.
Like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven.
Right, those are the armies that are going to come and fight against the Lord. That's right. Okay? Go ahead.
To subdue.
And he's getting the people's mind prepared now that there's an outside enemy. Right? They've been getting that already. Go ahead.
It says, from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it.
Right, that's the chariot that he's going to be flying on. Okay? Go ahead.
But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
Right.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him,
And they're all going to come and try to fight against him. All the armies are going to come together to fight against the Lord. Go ahead.
were sore
And
afraid,
they're going to be afraid. Go ahead.
and yet durst
But
fight.
they're still, the Lord's still going to put it in their mind to fight. Right. See, this is what's going to happen in World War III. Okay? In the midst of World War III, the Lord's going to come back. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
Right.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as there had been a blast of
He's
fire,
going to command fire to come down. Go ahead.
and out of his lips a flaming breath,
Uh-huh.
and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great
He's
tempest,
going to shoot a big Kamehameha on his ass, man. That's what it's going to be. Go ahead.
and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight,
Yeah.
and burned them up every one,
So, go ahead.
so that upon a sudden of an innumerable
And
multitude,
we don't know how much those people, how much people are going to be there. It could be millions of people, because we know there's going to be a draft. That's right. A draft is coming. So all the people that go out to war, eventually going to have to turn and fight against the Lord, and they're going to lose. Go ahead.
so that upon a sudden,
All Esau is technology. All that's going, he's going to lose miserably. Go ahead.
so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude,
Right.
nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of
So he's
smoke.
going to turn them to dust and smoke. That's what's going to happen. All right? The lasers that the chariots have, they can turn people to dust. All right? Like when you see in that movie, what's that movie? War of the Worlds. When they're turning to power, they got that from the Bible. They got that from the scriptures. That's what the Lord is going to do. He's going to turn them to dust along with the angels. Okay? Go ahead. And he looks like this. He don't look like no so-called white guy. He looks like he's a so-called black man with white woolly hair. This is the description in the Bible. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The book of Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time,
Right? So you so-called white people are in trouble. Yeah, all you Edomites are in trouble. Go ahead.
when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah
Yeah.
and Jerusalem,
Yeah.
I will also gather
So
all
what does it mean
nations.
to bring back the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem? That means he's going to take us out of this last slavery, because we were never free to repair, which what reparations means. It needs to be repaired, which they can't do it anyway. They don't have enough to do it. So guess what? The Most High is going to come and give that to us. All right? He's coming to deliver us out of this last captivity. What?
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
For what? For World War III. That's in the Middle East, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, meaning the Lord's judgment. Go ahead.
And I will plead them with them, and I will plead with them there for my people,
And that word plead is judge. Shabbat. It says he's going to judge them there for my people. Go ahead.
and for my heritage, Israel,
Right, so he's going to come and judge them for what they've done to us. Go ahead.
whom they have scattered among the nations.
How have they? What's one of the main ways they scattered us among the nations? through slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, right? Which all nations had a part in that, right?
And pardon my land.
And part of his land, meaning what? You have the land of Israel, you got the Palestinians there, you got the Amalekites, the so-called Jews over there, which are not really Israelites. Okay, they stole our heritage, acting like they're us. So they parted the Lord's land. When we get back into the land under Yahweh Shai, there's not going to be no divisions. There ain't going to be no Ishmaelite, well, I have rights here. No, everyone that's not an Israelite, they're going to leave. Right? It's going to be a quick thing too. Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Right.
To render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Right.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Right, so he's coming to judge with fire. All right, he's coming to burn up those that are not with him. And the Lord said, whoever's not with me is against me. It's as simple as that. Right?
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Right. And the amount that's slain by the Lord is going to be a lot. The Lord's body count is going to be very high. Okay? Why? Because the Lord is angry with the world. Okay? Especially the heathen. And that includes you Israelites that are not following the right ways. What?
Second Thessalonians 1 and verse 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahweh Shai shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
And that's anyone who's not in this truth. Point blank period. Right?
Who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power.
That's it.
You okay, brother?
Okay, go ahead, brother. Got something?
This is Isaiah 47 and verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, the Lord is not coming as a man, he's coming as an angelic power. Okay? He's coming as an angelic power. Okay? Because there's no man that could call fire down and just burn up a whole army, man. You know, well, Elijah did it. But I'll say this, there's no man that can come up with that type of power that Yahweh Shai is coming. Okay?
Just to back up the point of they will not meet them as a man, it says here in Deuteronomy 28 and 68, to the point, and there shall ye be sold unto your enemies for bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you. Because Yahweh Shai is not going to come back as a man, and he's going to deliver us from out of the hands of Esau Edom.
I was thinking of that too. That's it. That's the spirit. Okay? So when it says no man shall buy you, that's because Yahweh Shai is not coming back as a man. Okay? What does it mean to buy in the Old English? It means to redeem, to save. The only man that's coming to save is Yahweh Shai. He's not coming as a man. Alright? Good.
Isaiah 41 verse 15. Behold, I will make thee a new threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as shot.
Right, so he's speaking to the Israelites. The main time when that's going to happen is when we're delivered and we come back down. Because when we come back down, that's when we're going to set up order in the earth. Okay? Go ahead. And take them captives whose captives we were. Go ahead.
Habakkuk 3 in NIV, and it reads, his splendor was like the sunrise ray flashes from his hand, where his power was hidden.
Oh, read that again. Read that again. That's beautiful. Read that again.
NIV, Habakkuk 3 and 4. His splendor was like the sunrise rays.
Because you're going to see that glow. You're going to see that glow when he comes back. He's going to have that energy around it. They're going to be able to see it. Go ahead.
Sunrise rays flash from his hand.
Woo. And the rays, that's the power. Okay? The power that he can be able to shoot from his hand. Like I said, when we shoot Kamehamehas on his people. Alright? Literally. Go ahead.
Where his power was hidden.
Right, where his power was hidden, man. Alright? And they're going to see it, man. They're going to see it with their own eyes, man.
That's right.
And it's not going to be, 2,200 years from now. No, it's going to be in this lifetime, man.
That's right.
The Lord's taking this kingdom down, and he's going to establish the kingdom of Israel, man.
That's right.
This place has reached the height of its wickedness, man. Now it's time for the Lord to work. Go ahead, bro.
Revelation 1 and 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Right. The clouds represent what? The chariots. Okay, the chariots sometimes are described as clouds, horses, all right, a mountain, all right. These are the chariots, man. And who's going to be in those chariots? The angels.
That's right.
Not no little green men with big heads. That's a propaganda, man. That's BS. Go ahead.
Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him,
Yeah.
and they also which pierced him.
Woo! So even the ones that pierced Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago, they're on the earth right now. Okay? And they're living their life. Okay? There's something called reincarnation in the Bible, man. Everybody's reincarnated, man. And they haven't got their full judgment yet. Just like the rest of these people, they haven't got their full judgment yet. Right.
It says, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen.
No, they're gonna sing Kumbaya.
Shall wail.
They're gonna wail. They're gonna be crying. Oh my God! Especially the Edomites that are atheist Edomites. They didn't believe they're all praying. They didn't believe in God. Oh my goodness, what's this? All right. But they're gonna find out. A lot of them are gonna find out before that. All the stuff that they're gonna see happen is gonna be unexplained by their so-called science.
That's right.
They're pseudoscientists. What you got? You see, now the water turns red, and there's a lot of things they're not reporting on too. Water basically turns to blood in different places. And Esau have some type of explanation. Oh, that's when sulfur meets peroxide. Fucking devil. Oh, I can't wait till these Edomites will shut up and man. Go ahead.
Precept?
All right, was it on that word?
1 Corinthians 15 and 24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and authority and power. For he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet.
And they're gonna bow down to Yahweh Shai. Every last one of them are gonna be that face to the earth. You know, their hands stretched out like they're trying to stretch out their back. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to stretch the back out good, they're reaching. That's what they're gonna be doing, man. Yeah, they're gonna be yoga poses, man. They're sitting on their feet, you know, sitting on their feet, stretching out, man. They're gonna get that day. And that day there's not gonna be no back pain. Right, bro.
The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. For he hath put all things under his feet. But when he said all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, which did put all things under him.
That's it. Come on, bro.
This is Isaiah 42, verse 13. It says, the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. They shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
You know what? He's gonna be giving himself a pep talk. I'm gonna kill all these wicked ass guys, man. Stop with you Edomites. Wait till I see an Edomite, man. Wait till I see. That's how the Lord is gonna be talking to himself, man. He's gonna be preparing himself, man. But she doesn't need preparation. But that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna be stirring that spirit within himself, man.
That's that locker room talk, the pep talk, you know, halftime, you know. You have to stir up your teammates. You know, the coach is gonna give that big speech, you know. That's exactly what the Lord's gonna do.
Well, that's what they do. That's what they do in DBZ too. Sometimes they'll just stop now before it gets to the next level. You know, that's why he turns Super Saiyan first. I'm stirring up jealousy. Goodbye. That's the best. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 42. Isaiah 42 and verse 13. It says, the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry.
No, we love brothers.
He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself.
So he was holding in that anger. He's up in the heavens right now holding in that anger. But he's gonna, time for it to be let loose, it's gonna be when he comes back to take it over. What?
It says, now will I cry like a travailing woman.
He's gonna let out a shout when he comes back. Ah! Right? And they're gonna see it, they're gonna feel it. You know? Go ahead.
I will
The earth is gonna crack. There's gonna be all kind of things happening, man. Go ahead.
I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountain and hills and dry up all the herbs.
Man, mountains are gonna be destroyed when Yahweh Shai comes. Go ahead.
It says, and I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up all the pools.
Man, you see that? And that's not even dealing with the nuclear missiles. That's dealing with Yahweh Shai himself, man. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah
Although
31.
the nuclear missiles will do that as well. Go ahead.
Isaiah 31 and 4. For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as a lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when the multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill.
Read that again, bro.
Isaiah 31 and 4. For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when the multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai is just going to come and do what he has to do. He's coming on a mission, right? And there's nothing that they're going to do to offset him, to get him out of character, to make him, move in a particular way, to flinch. Any weapon they have, man, is going to be useless to Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
It even says when they're gonna shoot at him and things of that nature.
He's going to just look at
Yeah,
it.
he's just gonna look at them. It says here,
He will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion, and for the hills thereof. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it.
Man, he's going to defend Jerusalem, man. He's going to defend the Israelites. Okay, starting with the elect. That's the elect that's being defended, man. The 2/3, they're going to be looked at as evil. But the elect of our nation, they're the ones that are going to be defended by Yahweh Shai himself. See, he's coming back for us. Scripture says the time of thy redeemed is come. Who's the redeemed? The redeemed is the elect. What does it mean to redeem? It means to save.
Revelation 6 and 2. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer.
Right, he went forth conquering and to conquer. Yahushua is going to conquer this world, man. Right? Everything Esau has, there's nothing he can do to prepare for it. He can just wait till his time is up. Give me that. He has set a bounds that he cannot pass. He has a certain day and hour and minute that he's going to go down. And we're almost at that time. All right?
This is Job chapter 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined and the number of his months are with thee, that has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
See, listen, every kingdom lasted about 250 years. See, we're already past that. Esau's on borrowed time right now. Okay? That's why it's going down the way it's going down. That's why the economy's falling the way it's going. It's going to fall rapidly. Right now, people can still go to the store and buy food. Wait till hyperinflation hits. Then they're going to know. Okay? And that's just the beginning. Right, bro? Give me that, the beginning of sorrows. Okay? When Yahushua comes to finish this place, he's not leaving anything, any stone unturned. Everything is going to get wiped out. Go ahead.
so just as you mentioned, he's on borrowed time, and he knows that. It says he's going to come down with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. Right? It's not like he doesn't know. He knows and he sees.
But Esau's acting like he's going to start a new world order to come back into power in the next, okay, this is the age, okay, this age is finished, I'm going to come into the next age. No, Esau's done, man. After this, there's no more rulership for the heathen, period.
That's it.
What you got? You got something?
This is the book of Jeremiah 5 and 22. Fear ye not me, said the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which I placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail.
Right.
Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it.
Right, because the Most High controls how far the water goes. See what I'm saying? Go ahead. Same with the rulership. It can't surpass the time that it was allotted. That's why, even when that handwriting was on the wall, right? That same day, he went down. He couldn't give me a week. He couldn't prolong it a week. That same day he went down. That same day he was put to death. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 4:37, by measure had he measured the time, and by number hath he numbered the time. And
see that the numbers already in the heavens, the Lord already knows. The Heavenly Father himself knows. What?
And that word time goes into age.
He says, and he doeth not move, nor stir them, until the said measure be fulfilled.
Right. So everything, all the prophecies have to fall in line. His will. Okay? Before the next prophecy comes, everything has to come in order. So he can't rush anything. Say, no, I'm going to put this first. No, everything is going to come in this perfect order.
Psalms 104 and verse 9, thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth.
This is Luke 21 and 24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Right. Right, the time of the Gentile, we're coming to the end of that. Right? Esau was the last Gentile, the last heathen to rule. Oh, give me 2 Ezra 6. The Edomites were the last heathens to rule. Okay, and we're in their rulership present. So what's the next rulership? The next rulership is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, there's a timeline in the scriptures.
This is 2 Ezra 6 and verse 7.
Yep.
And then Ezra said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time? Or what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
So basically he's asking when is going to be the end of the world, when's going to be the kingdom of heaven. Right?
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end.
We got the sign. Pull up the sign, brother. Right? Pull up the sign. All right? All right, read that again.
And it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him.
Right?
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
So Jacob, bring that here, brother. Bring that here, brother. Okay? Jacob's hand held Esau's foot. Okay, go ahead.
It says, for Esau.
We're Jacob. We're Jacob. Okay, go ahead.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that
So
follows.
this was a spiritual significance, man. There was a spiritual significance. This meant that us as Israelites were going to pull Esau out of power, starting with Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead. Deal with Jacob and Esau?
Yeah.
Keep that up.
This is Genesis 20.
Put them up, put them up.
Genesis 25 and 21, and Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife because she was barren.
Yep.
And the Lord was entreated of her, and Rebekah his wife
Oh,
conceived.
give me the red horse. Give me Revelation 6 and 4. What?
Verse 22, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh.
Uh-huh.
And Yahweh said unto her, two nations are in thy womb.
And the two nations was Jacob and Esau. All right? They were twins, but they were not identical twins. They were fraternal twins. All right? So they looked different, but they were of the same father and mother. Go ahead.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
And there was two different types of people, right? You had the so-called black, Latino, Native American, the Israelites, and then you had the so-called white man, right? The Edomites, okay? And when it says two manner, meaning what? We have two different types of characteristics. How does Esau like his meat, his steak? Medium, rare, steak tartare. You understand what I'm saying to you? Right? They're not known for knowing how to dance. We're known for knowing how to dance, right? They're not known for having flavor. We're known for having flavor, right? We're known for being superior to everything, all right? Let's deal with, you know what I mean? Go ahead. So so there's a difference between us, man. Go ahead.
Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people.
We're known for being more chill and calm. Esau's more, he wants to go in the field, he wants to climb the rocks, right? Go ahead.
It says, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy
So
bowels.
there's two different types of people now. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other.
So our people are stronger than them. That's Jacob, right?
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder is them. Because Esau, when we keep reading, you're going to see Esau came out first, right?
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over.
Hold on now. Hold on. The first came out red. We got some illustrations here, man.
Visual.
Right? So-called white people, they're not actually white. Okay, I got news for you. They're actually red. Okay, because why? Because the blood shows forth through their skin. Okay? They have a translucent skin. They lack pigmentation. All right? So this is what we're reading about Esau, Edom. Go ahead, read.
And the first came out red.
And the first came out what?
Red.
Red. Okay? This is what we're reading now. So we're identifying who the red man is. Right?
And the
And we're
first
not talking about the guy who rose with Method Man either. Go ahead.
and the first came out red
Yeah.
all over like a hairy garment.
Right.
And they called his name Esau.
That's why his name was Esau. Okay? Because they saw something. The word Esau as Joshua means wasted away. Is he? What was wasted away in Esau as a baby? His pigmentation. So we identify, oh, something's different about this child. He lacks melanin, he lacks pigmentation. This was the first so-called white person. Right?
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel.
Right.
And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Right. And it didn't describe Jacob. Why didn't it describe the way Jacob looked? Because Jacob came out brown like everyone else. All right? But we have an illustration here of two Israelites having a so-called black baby and a so-called white baby, which is really red. Because that could come from melanated people. All right? That's what happened with Jacob and Esau. That's what how could that have happened? That happens all the time. All right? It's not common, but it happens. Right.
And the boys grew, and Esau.
It doesn't happen the other way around. Right?
And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter,
Right.
a man of the field.
Right. That's why we have Esau depicted here as what? You know, he has things of the field on. Okay? Different herbs in his back or whatever, in his backpack or whatever the case may be. This Esau is of the field. Okay? Which even now, what do they like to do? They like to hunt. Right? These Edomites, they like to hunt. Go ahead.
And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in his tent.
And Jacob was just chilling at home. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and Isaac,
But what plain also goes into righteous. Right?
and Isaac
That's really
loved,
what it goes into, him being righteous. But he dwelt in his tent, he dwelt at home. Right?
and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field and
Put
was,
that down now, brother.
and was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage. For I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
And that was most likely those red lentils, right? Those red lentils. Okay? You got different colored lentils. Those were the red lentils that he was cooking with. Okay? What? That's something? Okay, what's it?
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Right, so the saints are going to take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever and ever. How are they going to take the kingdom? Through Yahweh Shah. That's the one that's coming to deliver us from this condition, under our enemies. Right?
2 Thessalonians 2 and 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Right now he's being revealed. Right? The Edomites, the nation known as the Edomites, they're being revealed. Right?
Whom the Lord shall consume with
That's
the
why when you
spirit.
look up Esau, there's not a lot of information they put in. The only information you're going to hear is from us, from the Israelites. Esau, and he knows everything, according to him, right? Go ahead.
Esau's done away with.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
No. What? Keep going.
Even him whose coming is after the works of Satan.
Right. And
With-
his coming is after what? The working of who?
Satan.
Of Satan. Those are the children of Satan on the left-hand side, the Edomites. That's who runs the world right now. Okay? We're the children of the Most High. We're the children of God. They're the children of Satan. And that's the conflict. The scriptures speak about good is against evil. What is that? It's set against evil.
The just is an abomination to the wicked, just
Yep.
as the wicked is an abomination to the just.
Exactly. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Right.
And when-
he's coming with his lying wonders, man. Brother mentioned on the Project Ruby. He got some lying wonders to come, even more lying wonders than what he had before. You know? The next event is going to surpass all the events that happened before. Okay? He's trying to really set this chaos up. Right?
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they shall believe a lie, that they all might be damned, who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
That's it. All right, and that's all these people that are not in the truth. Okay, they have pleasure in unrighteousness. They're serving their own belly. They're not serving Yahweh. Okay.
This is the book of Psalms 18 and 17. He delivered me from my strong enemy and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me.
That's it. So the Lord is going to deliver us from this strong enemy, which He gave him the power. Okay, that sit upon the red horse. Did you read that? Psalm Revelation 64.
Revelation 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red. Power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one
And
another.
that power was given to him by the Most High. You read Job 9 and 24, it says what? The earth is given into the hands of man. So you can't get it, oh, scripture say that. You can get nothing unless it comes from heaven. No man can get anything unless it comes from heaven. It has to be established in heaven before it's ordained on the earth. Oh, you won the cup. Okay, well, that was ordained from heaven. All right? Pour water into the cup, you buy juice. That was ordained from the heavens, man. Even the smallest thing is ordained from the heavens, man. There's something called order, man. Good.
It says,
Okay, sorry. Who said they had it last?
It's the book of John 3 and 27. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except to be given him from heaven.
Right, so Esau got his position. That was from the heavens, man. The Most High set him up. Okay? And he's going to take it down. That's also ordained from the heavens for him to take it down. Okay? Right?
John 19 and 11,
Yep.
Yahweh Shai answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above.
Right.
Therefore he that delivered me unto thee had the greater sin.
That's it. All right? So Yahweh Shai already knew that everything that he was going through was ordained from the heavens, man. See? So everything that's getting ready to happen, that's all was really prescribed. Okay? And there's nothing that they can do to avoid it. It's like, go ahead, bro. You read something? It's still okay, go ahead, bro. Read out. Okay, go ahead, bro.
back to Revelation 6 and verse 4, a lot of part, it says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Right. So that was all given to him from heaven. That even the spirit to create the weaponry that he creates. Because in his spirit is violence. Right? That's a nation of violence. So you gotta know they had to know how to create the weaponry. See, Cain and his descendants were the first weapon makers. Alright? So these Edomites, the so-called white man, they spiritually descend from Cain. That's nothing but Cain in the reincarnation as a nation. Okay? And Cain was multiplied during the time of the flood, and that's where all that wickedness, the majority of that wickedness came from. Right? That's why the Lord said it repented him to make man. Because Cain was able to get, his descendants got too, polluted the earth too much. The same thing that's happening now.
This is Proverbs 29 and verse 16. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall.
Pay attention to
Read that again. This is
about my father's
this, this is Proverbs 29, verse 6.
He's trying to be stoic. Like one of those guys that be in front of England, you know?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes, Father.
This is Proverbs 29, verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. And you know, like the brother was saying, you know, with Cain's, you know, descendants, so on and so forth. That's what, you know, transgression was pushed out throughout the whole world. Man.
Yep.
You know, currently, you know, this wicked society, Esau's being multiplied. Therefore, transgression is increasing. Man. You know, you see more and more flamers. You know, you see more and more abominations, you know, being pushed in this society. Is what the men of sin is ruling, man.
Yep.
You know, it only takes the Yahweh Shai to come to bring him down, man, for the sin to stop going, man. You know.
But whoever has some read.
This is Daniel, Daniel chapter 2 and verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Yeah, that's referring to America. Man. You know, and the fourth beast is referring to Rome. All right, and here it is when that revival of the Roman Empire, man. When Esau has incorporated basically all that the Roman Empire from before had, man. You know, that's why they have the two parties, right? You know, Revelation speaks about that dragon, which had, that lamb which had two horns. It spake as a dragon, right? You know, because Esau is coming down with that energy of Rome, man. That Greco-Roman Empire. They have plebeians and patricians, you know. Now you have Democrats and Republicans, you know.
Yep. They have a Senate now. Just like they had in the times of Romans.
Yep.
It says, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Yeah, the kingdom is divided, you know, the strong nations and weak nations within their treaties, man. You know? Furthermore, in the scripture, it speaks about when the kingdom is divided against itself, it's not going to stand, man. And we're seeing the divisions among this kingdom, man. You know? Esau's against Esau, Russia against America, you know? So it's inevitable that the end is going to come, man. You know? And but that speaks about that, how that, you know, the men that Esau's been, you know, confederate with, they're going to lay a wound under him, man. You know, that's the times that we're in, man. The nations realizing that, yo, being with Esau, Edom is not profitable to you, huh? You know, therefore what? They're gonna turn their how do I say, turn against the horde, as it speaks about in Revelation, man. You know?
It says, verse 42, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
So that's dealing with this kingdom now, right? The NATO and the EU, all right, headed by America, which is the war, all right? So it's partly strong and partly weak, because we have the weak nations, which are known as the pigs, Portugal, Italy, Ireland, Greece, and Spain. Okay, those are the weak European nations, all right? And then you got the strong, which would be Germany, you know, England, so on and so forth. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
But the thing is, with the seed of men is dealing with the immigration, right? Dealing with all the different nations coming in, all right? So they're being mingled within these different Edomite nations. Okay? And that's the spirit that had that happen. All right? Go ahead.
It says, but they shall not cleave.
It says that he will gather all nations unto him.
Yep. And they will not cleave One to another, because what, they're not together. They're coming here to get money and send it back. They're not all about this wearing the flag, Quebec flag, and American flag. They're not. Listen, the majority of them is coming to, they're sticking with their culture. They're staying to themselves. You know, they're going to work. They're coming home to their wives and doing their cultures. Okay, and they're sending money back to home. They don't care about this place.
They even have their own little towns with the little Esau society, like little China, whatever, little Italy, little this one and so forth. Because they're not together, like the brother was saying, right? Because even in the prophecy, it speaks about how that every man is going to turn back to their own country, right?
Right.
When they realize, being here, man, it's not beneficial, right? Especially with the missiles coming,
Matter of fact, get that same scripture talking about.
What? This is Mark 3:24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
A kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. All right. So Esau's divided. Right now, and therefore he's not going to stand.
Says, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is
Even
not.
within NATO and the EU, there's all kind of divisions, and that's why a lot of them are going to go and leave from NATO and the EU, and they're going to go to the BRICS, right?
But they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left.
So at the time at the end, that was the last kingdom was defeated. Around that time, that's when the Lord is going to come back and establish a kingdom that shall never be taken down, which is the kingdom of heaven, right?
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
Meaning what? We're not going to be with all these different nations holding hands here in Kumbaya. It's going to be the nation of Israel, and the other nations are going to be under us. All right, go ahead.
But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone that was cut out, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, and the great power had made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof is sure.
Right, so Yahushua is coming to take down this kingdom, and this is going to be the taking down of all the kingdoms. And it's funny because this kingdom is like an amalgamation of all different kingdoms. So it's like he's taking out every kingdom at once. Because they follow after the customs of the Babylonians, the customs of the Persians, and so on and so forth. Matter of fact, that whole constitution thing, that goes back to the Persians. That started with the Persians. We saw they come up with it. Right? Is it on that?
I still have to look it up, but I remember the Apostle Rambam going into the Senate. That was really a Japheth thing, And Esau stole that.
They just inserted themselves into their culture. That's all they do. That's all the culture goes. Even the iron that goes back to the Romans took that from Japheth because ultimately the Romans they took the culture from Japheth.
This is Isaiah 13, verse 14. It says, and it shall be, I'm going to start verse 13. It says, Isaiah 13 and 13. It says, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the fight, and in the day of his fierce anger. It says, pertaining to the destruction coming, right? Verse 14, it says, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land.
Right. So that means what? When they see that war is on the horizon, man, this place is done, they're going to flee to their own countries. Okay, we're coming to that time. We're not doing that a lot now. It's going to increase. Right?
Jeremiah 51 and 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time.
Babylon is where? It's America. America is Babylon the Great, New Babylon, right?
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, and he will render unto her a recompense.
Right. So, you know, for us, that's a spiritual flee. Okay, we gotta flee out spiritually. Right? But the heathen are gonna flee out physically. You got something else? Hey, boy.
This is
Whoa.
No, bro, I was thinking of getting, you know, I'm not gonna try to get a school. School stuff.
right. This is Revelation 18 and verse 4. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues."
Right. That you don't receive, that you receive out of the plagues. All right. And what's the major plague? Is the nuclear missiles. That's the plague. Okay. There's going to be other plagues, but that's the main plague. That's the final plague. The seventh trumpet. What's up? Right.
Isaiah.
Oh, it's like you got something else behind it? What, bro?
This is Isaiah 26 and verse 20. It says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee, and hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed."
It says because what we're going to be up in the heavens, what's going to happen is we're looking at the destruction. Once it's open, once it's past, that's when we're going to come down. Okay, go ahead.
Back to Isaiah 26 and verse 21. Now it says,
Who knows how long it's going to be on fire? Who knows?
verse 21, it says, "For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain."
That's something, bro?
Now, this is Job 5 and verse 17, verse 18, where he maketh, verse 19, "He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee."
Right, right. The seventh is what? The nuclear missiles. Okay? You understand? Go ahead.
It says, "In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword."
Right. The ultimate sword, the most powerful sword they have is what? Nuclear missile. Understand? So guess what? We're going to be redeemed from that and from famine. All right? So we don't have anything to worry about, man. We got to move in this earth with confidence, man. No, and especially in the times to come. Matter of fact, get me Isaiah 33:6. That's something
Revelation 15 and verse 2, "And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai."
Right, that's it. So we're going to be standing over the sea of glass. The sea of glass is the firmament, and we're going to be looking at the destruction of that. Okay? There's going to be music playing in the chariots and everything. Right? So that's what's getting ready to happen.
Drinking.
First Thessalonians 4.
You're going to be drinking.
Well, I don't know.
First-
No, eventually.
But the Yahushua didn't say that?
Yeah, when he comes, yeah, we're going to eventually drink. Right?
Yeah,
That's how
but-
you say in the chariot.
No, he didn't say that.
Well, why not? I mean, it's gonna be good too, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
First
No,
Thessalonians-
there's no scripture specifically saying
Yeah,
in the
okay.
chariot.
Yeah.
You get beamed up, that's a cup check.
What that name
That's my kind of fight. Right. But you're going to be too scared, man. Probably just going to be saying, y'all shy. In the heavens, it might feel like an hour, but on the earth, it would be like 2,000 years. Like 10 years. We don't know how long. But
First Thessalonians 4 and 16. "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, with the trump of the Most High.
Yeah.
And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds."
Right, the cloud speaking about the chariot, man. We're going to be caught up in the chariot, man, in the sky. Right? So, let me pick us up the same way you picked up Habakkuk, right? Right?
To meet the Lord in the air, so shall we ever be with the Lord.
That's it.
Comfort one another with these words.
That's it. And from then forth, we're gonna forever be with the Lord.
Good.
That's it. That's all the comfort we need.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Bring
Three
it out,
verses.
bring it out.
Second Ezra 9 verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his work and by his faith, whereby ye have believed. Verse 8. Shall be preserved from the said peril, and shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders, for I have sanctified them from the beginning.
Right, you're going to be delivered, and then you're going to see the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. Right? Because it's going to be a process to get it fully built.
Yeah.
Right? You got to go through a process to get it built. It has to be built up. And these Edomites are going to build this.
It's like just as Job, when he lost everything, he didn't get everything back the next day. It was a build-up. He had to, he had to work. He had to do. Even with the children that he got back, it was a process.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Israel is going to be burned up too, right? The land, the land Israel is going to be burned up. Then shall they be in pitiful case which have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
Right. Right. That's it. Right. That torment is going to be in that nuclear fire. That's going to be some torment. That's going to be a slow death. Not just be like it's going to hit you just in the spirit. No, they're going to feel that thing. Yours going to slow down time for them. Right?
For such as in their life have received benefit and have not known me.
That's it. Oh, hold on. Isaiah 33:6.
This is the book of Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
So the wisdom and knowledge that we have in this truth is what's going to keep us stable in that time. It's like how it keeps us stable now. That's why certain things happen. Brothers and brothers ain't bugging out. Like how the average person will bug out. You know? Guns be pulled on brothers. Okay. You know? That's the spot. So it's not that to pull the trigger. You know? Brothers into the wild beast in front of him, pet the dogs, raising his dog, pet him, barking at him. What? Oh, it's a cute thing, you know, it's a big ferocious pit bull. It's a cute thing, you know, it's rubbing his cheeks. We don't even know the dog. You know? Why? Because that's the spirit of the Lord. This is a prelude of what's to come. Didn't he say that the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee? Alright, so like, did you finish that? Finish it? Okay, so okay, go, bring it on up.
This is the book of Proverbs 28 and verse 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered.
Right. When the wisdom starts with what? The fear of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's the beginning of wisdom. When you fear Yahweh Shem Shai for real, you shouldn't fear anything else. There's nothing really that you should fear. See, that's the thing about it. Fear Yahweh Shem Shai. There's nothing that you should fear.
It says that he has not given us the spirit of fear.
Proverbs 11 and verse 9. An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered.
Right. Well, if you're a hypocrite, you're not going to have no confidence either. You're acting like you're this great man of the world, like a lot of these camps. When that time comes, they're going to fold like a launch or like a launch ship. They're going to fold. They're going to see up the whole side of them. They're going to ISPK no cowards. Some of them will be under the table with their butt in there, you know, scared, because they really don't trust the Yahweh Shem. They were living carnally. You know what I'm saying? Same with a lot of them IUIC guys.
This is Proverbs 2
And certain people in great Muslim that are not really real about this thing. And that's all going to be revealed. You know? Who's real and who's not. Right?
Proverbs 2 and 10. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee.
Right. Right? More?
Psalms 30.
This is 2 Timothy 1, verse 7. It says, for the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love.
That's right.
and
That's
of a
right. The
sound
Lord has not
mind.
given us the spirit of fear. Matter of fact, look at the word etymology for the word fear. Look up the etymology and then look at it in the blue letter. Or look at it in the blue letter and then look at the etymology. Matter of fact. Okay? The Lord hasn't given us the spirit of fear. And that's supposed to be that fearful spirit. That's supposed to be the world. See, a lot of them, they're good actors. They can act like they're not fearful, but deep down, their heart is in their stomach. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what fighters do. Even Mike Tyson said, before every fight, by looking at it, you never think about it. They say he was always scared. He always said, "Oh, I'm just a scared little man. I'm just a scared little man." You know what I'm saying? Because he was being honest, he was being truthful. Right?
Go ahead, bro. This is the word fear, and the blue letter says timidity, fearfulness, cowardice.
Right. Cowardice. Right?
Well, that's about it.
Yeah, we're not supposed, we're supposed to have bravery. As Israelites. We're supposed to, our forefathers have to have the spirit of bravery, right? Not the spirit of cowardice. You understand what I'm saying to you? You got the five Maccabean brothers, they walked up and kicked the Maccabees. Those were young guys. Might have been teenagers. Some of the one might have been 10 years old. We don't know. They say he was a young. Saying? But guess what? Those are some brave men.
Jacob, he heard that his brother was coming, his brother Esau said, "Fear," and he put his trust in the Lord. Same thing with David. There was times where he got fear, but then he put his trust in Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. The Lord delivered.
You gotta use wisdom, man. You gotta use wisdom. That's what I'm saying? Because you might be in a situation and you can act to get out of the situation, and then if you show some side of fear and some kind of character because you're scared, that can blow your coat. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta hold composure, man.
Even with animals, they sense fear. You know, you might be in front of, let's say, in a time of destruction, you might be in front of a lion, but if you have that fear, you'll sense it. You know. Again, you know, like, I think it says fear is the betraying of you know. You know.
Or what?
Yeah, get it in the GNT.
And that's something real quick. Yeah, these guys. So okay, that's something real quick. Pertaining to how we have to gird ourselves like a man.
And I still need what I asked for. What that
Fear in the etymology.
Yes, yeah, okay. Got it?
Real quick, 2 Ezra 14 and 14. Let go from the immortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature.
That's that gut feeling that you get. That's those mortal thoughts. No? See, fear is a mortal thought. That's flesh. Understand what I'm saying? Because who controls everything? Yahweh Shah. So when you understand it, there's really no way to evade what is meant to be anyway, if it were to be, right? But if the Most High is with you, then you should know that you're good. See?
Just like Elisha when he opened the eyes of the servant. You know, there are more with us than with them. You know,
Right.
I'm not stressed. You know?
Right. That's right.
You know?
Boy, bring up that etymology.
This is the word fear in the etymology online. It says calamity, sudden danger, peril. It says sudden attack. It says danger, ambush. It says harm, distress,
143.
deception. It says danger to try, risk.
Danger, try, risk.
Risk.
Okay. That's all it says for fear.
It says,
well, look at the word fearful. There's a bit more. Go ahead.
It says the sense of state of being afraid, uneasiness caused by possible danger.
Right, uneasiness. Right? There's a scripture that says, be still. Yeah, be still and know that He's the Most High. Because when you're uneasy, you're moving around, you're not stable. To be still is to know that you know what's. They don't count, man. That don't count. You can't.
I know.
52 seconds.
I know.
Wait, one, two, count. Go ahead. That's not real, right? what verse?
Yeah, well, basically, all that definition, all those synonyms, all these things is what's going to occur upon these people that don't have the knowledge and wisdom. You know, just as the brother said, we're going to be stable while they're going to be unstable because they're going to be fearful of the dangers that are around about them. You know, as it says, there's going to be a chaos, calamities, things all happening all at once. Okay, so they're not going to be able to maneuver or even process how to behave or how to move in that time. While those that fear the Lord will put their trust in Him.
Because they have nothing to trust in.
Yeah.
What are they going to trust in? First of all, if you trust something, it has to be proven. You know, you have to prove it yourself, right? If you're in a fortress and you know it's a metal fort, well, you know what metal does, right? So if someone's shooting, okay, I know metal. You know, I've seen what metal can do. You know what I mean? Okay, I know I'm in the metal, I'm good. You know. But if you're in a dam, you're just out in the open, you know, wood shed. Like, wait a minute, I seen wood fail. You know, I seen wood fail with guns and stuff like this. You understand? So you're not gonna feel secure. You're not gonna be secure, right? So what we're doing the Most High is proving us, right? By showing us His power and why He should be trusted. You know, but only the elect is gonna be able to see that. You know.
Because
see, they're going to see the government is not going to be trusted
Yeah.
in the time to come. They're going to understand that this was all a farce and a bunch of lies and deception. Right?
Because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahshai is a foundation that is trustworthy. It's not sand. You know, it's something that even if, as it says, the winds, meaning the tribulation blows, you're not going to be moved. Okay, so if you set yourself on that foundation, you're going to be good.
That's right. That's why it says the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous running into it and is safe.
That's it. I want to read that definition.
Back to the definition of fear.
Actually, you know what? Read it.
It's the book of Isaiah 30 and 15. For thus said the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength.
Yep.
And ye would not.
Yep.
We're speaking of the wicked of Israel. They don't want to come back. But really, where do you find your quietness? Where do you find your confidence? Is in having faith in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai.
And that's it. That's it. Point blank, period. Okay, go ahead.
Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right. It's an armor. It's the protection. You know what I'm saying? See? Only the elect is going to know. The elect is going to know that Yahweh Shai got the cast. They're going to walk with that confidence while everyone is acting all bugged out. And that's going to bug them out how we're acting in our demeanor. Why is this guy so close? Do you not know what happened?
Yeah.
Right?
Psalms 34 and 6. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. The angels of the Lord encamp it round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. O fear the Lord, O ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him.
Right, there's no want, everything that you're provided for. See? And he's going to prove that more and more as the time comes closer. See, as Esau's getting, this world is getting, Esau, on the left-hand side, they're getting strong and bold. Most High's going to get older and he's on the left-hand side. See?
The young lion do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Come ye children, hearken unto me, I will teach you the fear of the Lord.
That's it. Well, bring that up.
So the verb fear in the etymology of the Latin, it says to terrify, frighten. It says to fear. It says back to the noun fear. It says state of being afraid, uneasiness caused by possible danger.
Uneasiness.
of fact, let's quantitate that. It says unreasoned, right? It sounds like relaxed. Alright, and
Easiness in the mere whisper, causing or involving little difficulty or discomfort with easy reach, requiring or
discomfort. Now, discomfort, you're comfortable, you're relaxed. You understand what I'm saying? When you're uncomfortable, you're not relaxed. You can't be relaxed. That's where you get the word disease from, by the way. Yes, you're not being easy, not being comfortable because your body is something else. What? Your mind will be diseased in the time that fear.
it says requiring or indicating little effort, thought, or reflection, not severe, lenient, not difficult to endure or undergo, readily taken advantage of, readily available. Yeah.
Right? Or shall I take it on that? Okay, oh yeah,
Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 12. For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the secures which reasons upward.
right. It's a betrayal of security. Because the security is what allows you to have reason to slow down and think. You gotta be comfortable to slow down and think. If you're not comfortable, you're not gonna slow down and think. You're gonna do something irrational. That's why the women sometimes just let go of the wheel. No, you have to be calm. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because your mind is working.
Secure, it says aid, help.
Because the reasoning is going to help you that time. Having the reason. But if you're in complete fear, you're not going to have any reason. You're just going to do whatever. You run into a building, the building's on fire. You don't even notice it's on fire at the top because you're running from somebody because you're so fearful. Now you're trapped in a burning building. You see? Right.
Because you know, all these people they depend on different sources, but those sources are going to be removed. They depend on false Christianity and false prophets, and, you know, idols and whatever. That's going to be cut off. So that's why it says help. So the Lord's going to cut off that help. So like if we're going to be, Lord willing, we have that number. The elect is going to be stable because their help is going to remain firm.
Well, what's everyone's default help? What's everyone's default help? No, but they own self. They own self. Even the scriptures say, always trust your own instinct first.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because it always starts with your own reason, right? You understand what I'm saying? So if that's being knocked off, you don't know what, you're just gonna make a video of it. Woo! Right?
Yeah,
What you got, bro? You're still more?
Secure. It says help, assistance. Run to help, hasten to aid. One who secure, one who aids or helps.
One who aids or helps, right? So the reason is gonna be betrayed because they're so fearful. You're not gonna be able to think straight.
GNT says,
Yes.
it says, I'm gonna start at verse 11. It says, wickedness is cowardly in itself and stands self-condemned. Someone with a guilty conscience will always imagine things to be worse than they really are.
Man, that's true, bro. That's true. That's why the wickedness is so always overthinking. Guilty. They always think judgment is
Verse 12.
Like that season two, I think like the fourth wife, when she was in jail, then she thought that the king knew that she was committing adultery. She started bugging out when the priest came. She said, you know, her face changed like, oh shit.
Right. Yeah, you know?
But that's why they
You know, that's why these people are so afraid to die.
Yeah.
They don't know they're guilty. They're afraid of, so fearful. See, you know, guess what? In the world, I was fearful. I didn't know what the fuck. I was so fearful. I was fearful. You know? Because what? Because we know it now. Now in the truth, that's where that true courage comes.
Verse 12, fears nothing but the failure to use the help that reason gives. That reason gives.
The help that reason gives. And to be able to think logically. That's gonna be betrayed in that day. They're not gonna have that in that because they're gonna be so afraid. But fear is a dangerous thing. You know? Fear is a dangerous thing. They're overly fearful. Do some stupid stuff.
Yes.
Someone, roughly paraphrased, it says that in the book of Luke, some will die for complexity, heart failing them, for the things which they shall see.
Heart attacks. Heart attacks. Right?
It says, when you lack the confidence to rely on reason, you give in to the fears caused by ignorance.
Right. Confidence means what? With faith. You lack faith. To rely on your reason. Okay? You understand? So, hey, this truth is a process that builds you up to be in that mind state. You know? And that's why, you know, a lot of times I be getting on those types, I talk about those topics sometimes, dealing with that, not having that fear, holding that confidence. So what your brothers can have that mind state, man. You know? Where you go?
It's the book of Ecclesiastes 37 and verse 13. It says, and let the counsel of thine own heart stand, but there is no man more faithful unto thee than it.
For your own counsel, your own mind. Okay? You have to use your own common sense. That doesn't mean you don't use the counsel of wise men, of course. You gotta, at the end of the day, you gotta come to a conclusion. Right?
So I mean, because you might explain a situation you're going through to somebody, you know, to a brother, but you're not gonna like give every detail, you know, explaining that situation. So the brother can only give you so much advice based off the information you give him. You know, but you might not. You know, the situation might have had previous past, you know, things that might have happened, but you're not going to tell that to the brother. You won't know. You know, but then you would take what the brother gives you and then apply that to the entire scenario.
Exactly.
And even the solution that brother might give you might work for him, but not you.
Well, yeah.
And sometimes you gotta take a couple brothers' opinions. Right.
Yeah.
A few brothers' opinions, and then you take the best one. You try to amalgamate.
You filter it to get to the proper solution. And again, it even tells you do nothing without counsel.
Yep. I mean, there was a serious situation with me. I talked to 3 different brothers. Brothers over, you know what I'm saying? See what they think, and then I use my own assessment based off their wise counsel.
It says, for a man's mind is sometimes want to tell him.
It was all good counsel. Go ahead.
For a man's mind is sometimes want to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in a high tower.
Right.
And above all this, pray to the Most High that He will direct thy way in truth.
That's it. Truth. Right? And He'll lead you in the right path.
It says, let reason go before every enterprise and every counsel before every action.
That's it. We got.
I got it in the GMT. It says sometimes your own intuition can tell you more. Verse 13. It says, and trust in your own judgment. No one's advice is more reliable. Sometimes your own intuition can tell you more than 7 watchmen on a high tower. Above all, pray to the Most High, and He will show you the right thing to do.
That's it. You gotta do that. You gotta pray to God. Lead me the right way. He'll lead you to the place you need to be. You might not like it, but He'll lead you to the place you need to be. You might not get it right away, no, what have I done? You know, it's like when you got Job spirit. Oh, what have I done? You know, if I sin, would you know, would I not repent? You know, it's like in that Job spirit, right? But guess what? He's leading you where you need to be. Go ahead, bro.
The Lord may speak to you.
159.
The Lord may speak to you in signs and sounds. There's different ways the Lord can speak to you. You gotta take heed to those different signs. Those are very subtle.
sometimes you need to be in the spirit more. That way that connection is clear. So I remember one time I was in the spirit, you know, doing diet and things like that. I was doing the spirit. I asked for understanding. I looked to the left, and the understanding was right there. The answer was right to the left. I said, oh. There was no question about that. It was basically all he needed different was to put a blimp in the sky and say, yes, my son, do this and that. Well, that's all he needed to do. So Lord Yahweh said, these things come but by fasting and praying. So fasting and praying are heavy tools that we must use in order to hear the signs that Yahweh gives us. We're going to do certain acts, but staying for certain things is also fasting. That's also
What shows that fasting is a great tool for understanding the signs, put in perspective what happened unto Peter for the integration of the Gentiles, of the Hebrew, the Israelite foreigners. You know, the Lord, he fasted 3 days, and then the Lord sent the sign unto him. You know, 3 days? 3 days. Was it 3 days and then he was on? But then he fasted.
We're going to get the last scriptures.
So then he fasted, and then the Lord gave him the vision, and then once he went for that's when he went.
Good, bro.
Acts 10 and verse 8. And when he had declared all these things unto them, he sent them to Joppa. On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew down to the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry, and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into the trance.
So it wasn't okay, but he fasted still.
No, that was Ezra's fasting.
But still, the fasting is still a good.
Oh yeah.
Getting
Yeah, for sure.
with the
For
Spirit.
Ezra to get the visions, he fasted. Even Daniel to get an answer from Moses. He asked for it. Daniel died and he said to Moses, I said, I heard you for the first time.
Oh yeah, from the, I think it was from the thought, when you thought about it.
Or when, I think he said when you started. But anyways, let's get the last scripture.
Yeah, Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
That's right.
Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
You may not know what's going on, but guess what? The Lord is in control. That's all you can do. What else we got?
This is Psalms 18 and verse 2. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies.
That's it. That's something. With that, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem of Akodash.
belongs to the apostles and their millstone citations. Much love and respect to you brothers out there pushing this word out. The truth is sincerity. Alright? Shemai,
Shemai,
Yahweh,
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 Yahweh, Yahweh,
Shemai,
Shemai,
Yahweh,
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 Shemai,
Shemai,
Yahweh,
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 Kwam Yashar.
Kwam Yashar.
Kwam Yashar.
Kwam Yashar.
Shalom.
Soon.